Hi, I'm Christina Mullen. Today we're going to be talking about the different elements that make up brownies. They're no longer just a fun sweet treat to be eaten, but they have a lot of science that goes behind them. First off, when we have all the different ingredients, when you're mixing them together, such as when you have the eggs, the flour, and the milk, everything, when you mix them together, they are first a heterogeneous mixtures. That means they have many different elements in them, many different components, and they are not one mixture. When you bake them together, the heat brings them together, making the homogeneous mixture, which is known as the brownies. The other elements to brownies that's very important is that of conduction. Conduction is what's able to make the brownies into the homogeneous mixture. Conduction is when you have the heat running through the coils, which is what's in your oven. So when the heat runs through your coils in your oven, that's what heats up the oven enough for them to become brownies. The final thing is what a yeast normally does in some different recipes. You have yeast being able to be used to help the mixture to rise and have air sockets in them. In most brownies today, that's not the case, as most brownies do not use yeast, but some specific recipes, some of the eggs and baking powder that is used can help the brownies to rise the same way yeast would. But in brownies showed here, that's just more of a concept. The brownies here don't rise based on a specific recipe. That's all for me. Now it's time to pass the plate.
Hello, my name is Eric Cho, and I will be demonstrating the process of cooking an egg and describing the chemical changes during it and how the physical properties of an egg becomes opaque from a transparent form. First of all, the things you need in order to cook an egg includes a frying pan, fire, which creates heat, and of course an egg. Also applying olive oil to apply non-stickage to the frying pan is also necessary so the cooked egg may come off smoothly when you're ready to eat it. The process of the albumin of an egg turning into a solid white substance through chemical changes is called denaturation, also known as cooking. The albumin is the white part of the egg which contains protein surrounded around water among the yolk and the egg. Amino acids connected in chain formation are called proteins. When the albumin of an egg is reacted with heat, the chains of amino acids, so called proteins, are broken down and to be reformed in a different ordered formation. This new reformed formation of proteins seen physically is the solid white substance of an egg that which people eat. This whole process of denaturation is known as what is called cooking. In conclusion, the albumin goes from a transparent form to an opaque form through the utilization of heat.
Thanks, Joe. Now, we reach the third segment of Pass the Plate, where you focus on pancakes, or as I like to call it, pancake time. So I'm using the Bisquick formula, the Bisquick's flour, and I'm going to be making pancakes. So as you can see, I just put water, this, into the Bisquick flour. So now I'm going to start stirring it. Now, if you're wondering why I'm not using much flour, no. I'm only making a pancake for one person because no one's in my diner right now. So, we're just going to make pancakes for one person. So, I know this might look really liquidy, but we can always just add more. So, focusing on the science part of pancakes, we are using C6H10O6 or O5 as found online, but since it's very hard to determine that, this is the closest thing I can get. So as you can see, you stir in a circular motion, making sure that there are no chunks left over. So then after stirring, as mentioned, we're going to turn our cast iron, or our oven, and use a cast iron skillet as seen. See that? Now if you're wondering what this pancake stuff is, or that even was pancake, that was for my previous cooking. So I'm just going to set the phone down here, and then you can just watch. Oh, and you can just watch of how I made it. So first I need some butter. Coax all around. And put the batter on the butter. Now, we're going to wait a while, but we don't have time for that right now, okay? So, I pre-planned some pancakes on the side. So here is what the final product should look like. Now, looking at this, so the scientific aspect of this was, I put pancake on a certain surface area of one of the fryers, because each one is a different size, and as we learned in collision theory, each size contributes to how fast the pancake will cook. So also the pancake itself, if I focus on spreading the surface area of the pancake, it might taste better. So I could use a spoon to widen out the surface area of the pancake. Ooh, that looks bad. So I can use a spoon to widen out the surface area of the pancake, speeding up the heating process. Or I can add a catalyst, but in these cases I'll just spread out the surface area. Now some of you might think that this product is through convection, but it's actually through conduction, because the oil is only used for non-sticking and has nothing to do with heating up the pancake itself. So the process of heating this is conduction. And the scientific formula for making the pancake itself is C6H10O6 plus H2O.
This is Jordan Singer, and welcome to our concluding segment of Pass the Plate on the Chemistry Cooking Channel. Today I'm going to discuss the characteristics of quality cookware. In order to work effectively, cookware should be made of a material that conducts heat quickly and evenly. The rate of conduction is affected by both the material used and the thickness of that material. The thinner the material, the faster it is able to conduct heat. According to the following bar graph, copper cookware is able to conduct heat the fastest, with aluminum as a close second. You may be wondering, why don't we see copper cookware on a typical basis? Well, copper cookware should be lined with another thick material such as stainless steel or tin, because when certain foods interact with copper, they become toxic. Second to copper, aluminum cookware's conductivity is 4 times of iron or steel. Aluminum cookware is made by stamping, drawing, or casting, and it comes in a variety of gauges or thickness levels. One of the most common types of cookware is cast iron. This iron is heavy and brittle, but a slow conductor of heat. The plus side of this utensil is that it tends to heat evenly even after the source is turned off. The thickness of the bottom of a pot or pan is most important. A thin bottom conducts heat quickly but unevenly, while a thick bottom conducts heat slowly but evenly. Generally, the thicker the bottom, the more heat retained in the utensil, and the greater cooking performance. On an additional note, the flatter the bottom of the utensil is, the better it will receive heat from the stove and conduct it to the food. Lastly, for the best cooking performance, the diameter of the cookware should closely match the size of the heating area. If it is more than 1 inch larger, the heat will not be distributed evenly. Well, that's all for now. It's been fantastic talking to you all. Catch you next time on Pass the Plate.